15 years? This
15.
15 years.
15 years since our first show in Toronto.
I want to talk about it early in your life and how important music was and what it was like growing up with music in your house.
There were our toys, the instruments that my mother's friends had around the house, and communes that we were hopping around the country.
There was an underlying message when we were kids that you can find salvation through creativity, through art. We grew up around a lot of artists. We grew up around a lot of creative people. And I think that really influenced us in a deep way. And obviously we're here pursuing our creative dreams, and that's what we do with our life, is make things and share them with the world. And that's a really wonderful thing to do.
You leave Louisiana, that's where you guys grew up. You leave Louisiana, you head to LA, you shortly after follow.
Yes.
What sticks out the most to you about that time?
The fact that you can kind of say, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to bet on myself. Nobody handed me anything. I didn't go to LA. You know, I was a high school dropout that ended up figuring out a way to get into art university, and went and studied to be an artist, a painter for a few years, switched to film, thought I'd become an actor because that would help me get a job as a director. But the whole time I was always passionate about music. It was always in my life somehow, even at times distant. And Shannon was always this idea, and him being a drummer. But I think that LA represented a chance for us to pursue dreams, not just as an actor, as a filmmaker, or as a musician, or someone who edits or does design, or makes art, but all of it, just a place to kind of make reality from dreams.
You know, we live in this world because of the internet, because of YouTube, that I can see everything that your band is doing, an interview, a video, concert, whether it's like something you want out there or something fans are putting up there, whatever it is, I get to see that, right? And over the last little while, I mean, I literally have heard you tell the story of sending your single in space hundreds of times. It's a really epic, large statement to make, to launch, literally, to launch an album. And it's going to bring me to a point, but I would like you to tell me a little bit about what you did and why you did it, first of all. What happened?
Well, we did it because we wanted to do something remarkable to mark this period of our lives. It's not just the launch of a song, it's the launch of an album, it's the launch of a video, it's the launch of a tour, it's the launch of a new chapter of our lives. And sending our music, putting it in a rocket, shooting it up into space, and then have this really great memory of dreams again becoming reality.
This is war.
I got a guy running now.
The release of This Is War marked a time of conflict for the band. They were dealing with a lawsuit from their label, and the recording of their album had been difficult.
We're all music fans, and I gotta say, a lot of the rock music out there is a complete, utter bore. We're trying to satisfy ourselves in some way to find a cure-all for the frustration that we feel with music.
But the album also allowed them to stay on the road for 2 years, tour 6 continents, and end up in the Guinness Book of World Records. The band won the accolade of the longest concert tour by a rock band, performing over 300 shows. 311 shows in the 2 years, something like that? Guinness
311. Something, yeah.
Something
So,
like that, yeah.
it's a lot of shows to play in 2 years. You guys got through that, but I had to imagine that it caused some kind of turmoil. It had to do something to you.
Well, look, this is the thing. We've been touring for a long time, and you learn how to do this well. You learn how to live in a small space with each other, how to give people space in a small environment. You know, you learn that you love what you're doing, too. I mean, it's not for everybody, man. It's very difficult. Traveling the way that we do, doing what we do, the amount of shows that we play, it's reserved for the true warriors.
Because we've been doing this for so long, because it's been such a slow build, it's given us an enormous sense of gratitude. We've never taken any of this for granted. We've always known that it's an incredible gift to be able to play shows, to make albums, to travel, and to be able to do interviews and laugh and goof off and these things. I mean,
it's your job.
It's a job. It's an incredible job. It's an incredible gift, and we're really, really, really fortunate that we're able to do it. So I think that helps us be on the road for 2 years, 4 months. That helps us remain together as a band for over 15 years. You know, those are the things that keep it all glued together.
What about keeping, you know, relationships outside that? You're married?
Indeed.
I mean,
I'm lucky, though. I got a cool chick.
Hold on.
Did you guys not know that I got married?
Oh, you're married?
You thought I was just wearing this ring? Yeah. Oh,
well, 2 things. What's his name? How tall is he?
6'3", Jorge. For me, it's easy. I'm lucky. I'm lucky. But you're right.
What about keeping relationships, friendships, keeping family relationships?
Oh, friendships go out the window. I mean, how many times can you send your buddy's email? Hey, bro, I'm in Paris again, thinking about you. What are you gonna do?
Look, if you get it, then it works.
You gotta have friends that you can not see for a couple of years or 6 months at a time, right. And then kind of just pick it up and hey,
exactly.
What's up?
Yeah.
Or else you don't have friends like me. But
exactly.
You know, it's price you pay.
With millions of albums sold, 30 Seconds to Mars have legions of fans all over the world, but have managed to remain grounded.
Sometimes it could be an interview. It could be a moment that you ask a question and you think about something, you reflect, and then you learn a little bit about yourself.
As with previous albums, they recorded Love, Lust, Faith, and Dreams all over the world, but Jared found one particular place to be the most inspiring.
Yeah, it was magical.
That's next on In 30.